Welcome to UpWell The Podcast. I'm Sarah, and this is my beautiful co-host, Katie. As fellow female entrepreneurs turned friends and now business partners, we are so happy you're here.
With every episode, it is our sole purpose to share authentic conversations to inspire your personal level up. Take our curiosity, add your best intentions, and flow with us in the UpWell.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of UpWell The Podcast. I'm Sarah, this is my girl Katie, and we are so glad you're here.
Yes, welcome. We have another exciting guest today that we are zooming in from Arkansas?
Kansas. Close.
Kansas. Okay, close.
Very close. Arkansas, Kansas. Quite honestly, I probably think that most people think that that's the same state.
It all runs together.
I think anybody, I don't know, maybe this is just me. I have a hard time when I think of past Iowa to the west until California. I'm I don't remember which state is which over there. North and South Dakota I got. Those are good.
It's a good thing I'm good at geography, and that if we ever travel together, I'll know where we are.
I think the East Coast is worse though. All those little states up in the Northeast.
Yeah.
I have no clue. Maine, New York. I don't know the rest.
Oh God, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Delaware, Maryland, West Virginia,
Florida's down there too. I know. Anyway, Tiffany is actually originally from Illinois though, because she is from our hometown, which is exciting. So
awesome.
That's why she's zooming in with us today. But let me give you a little bit of information about Tiffany, and then I'll toss it over to her so she can fill in all the missing pieces that I leave in the gaps. But Tiffany is a wife, a mom. She is a Plexus affiliate and solopreneur, and an incredible registered nurse. But let me toss it over to you. I just want you to tell us a little bit more about who you are, what you do, and just more about you.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. I grew up traditional. I wanted to be a nurse. I knew from about 3 years old, I got my first doctor kit and I would practice shots on my friends. I just knew my whole throughout life, I wanted to be a nurse. So I even graduated high school early, got right into nursing school. And I was just so excited to be doing, this is what I wanted to do. I grew up wanting to be a nurse, and halfway through nursing school, we started clinicals, and I quickly realized nursing maybe isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. When we were in the hospital and sick patient, you give medicine, they go home, they come back later because they're sick again, you give them more medicine. I thought, wait a minute, I thought I was going to be helping people heal. I wanted to be doing exciting things with people and getting them better. And I took a step back. I dropped out of nursing school and I started to pursue other holistic options of, maybe what can I do differently to be on a path towards healing. And wasn't the right time, wasn't the right fit. Got back in school, got my degree, and I started working in the operating room as a nurse. And it was a it was a great fit for the time. I gained so many clinical skills, saw some really amazing things. I traveled as a nurse. It was beautiful. I wouldn't trade it for the world, having my license now. But now that I've become a mom, my whole gear has switched. I dove into Plexus and got into the gut health realm, and I've been able to combine that with my natural knowledge of along with my nursing knowledge. So it's been kind of a beautiful conjunction. So now I stay home full time with my son, and I get to help people with gut health regimens, and QN, I kind of get to tailor in some of my knowledge of healing as well. So it's been this beautiful convergence of all these beautiful pieces coming together.
Awesome. Will you explain a little bit more what the Plexus affiliate is, just for our listeners that might not have any idea what that even means?
Yeah, Plexus has been really just amazing. Started out as a breast health company. They started out giving breast check kits. So a lot of people don't know that because now their name is just gut health. But they started with breast health, and then they tailored into weight management and gut health. They really studied and found that our gut microbiome is the center core of our whole health, wellness, well-being. It starts in your gut. So they have come together with some beautiful, incredible products that work together to change how your gut is functioning basically, and that will change so many body systems based on the state of your gut. So what I do, I affiliate, it's kind of like any company out there. I affiliate with them and I share their products, and I get people on a regimen, and I work with them to get the right dosage, the right products for them, and in conjunction with their diet and their lifestyle to make it one big round picture. But if you miss the gut health link of things, you're missing a really big part. So that's kind of what I do with Plexus. I affiliate with their company and I sell their products.
100%. And I want you to tell your personal story behind not necessarily getting into Plexus, but I know you've shown so many like transformation pictures of your own and just shared your own personal journey. So I just want other people to hear kind of the things that you dealt with and the things you struggled with personally in the past, and how you've kind of overcome those in a more holistic, natural way, with especially with gut health.
Yeah. So it kind of started when I was in nursing school. I got EBV virus, which is mono. And that I think that was one of the things that started to downslope me. And I was burnout. I was stressed. I was over exercising and under eating for what I was doing. I mean, you think you're supposed to cut calories, cut restrictions, Sarah. We talked about this before, that's just what they say to do to get healthy. And I burn out my thyroid. I got on a thyroid medication at age 18. And as any of you listeners know, it's really hard to get off of that once you get on that. So tailor that. And then I, developed some other metabolic disorders. I was diagnosed with PCOS, hypothyroidism. I had acne. I had hair loss, chronic fatigue. I mean, the type of fatigue where you sleep 10 hours and you wake up and you just feel like, man, I just can't wake up. I'm exhausted. And just different weird skin rashes, the whole 9 yards. And, you go to the doctor and they say, oh, your labs look great. Come back in 6 months, we'll recheck. And it's like, I don't feel great. So what is the bigger picture? What is going on? And so that led me down the course while I was in nursing school to start doing research. After I was done with homework and studying for exams, I would go on and start researching what am I eating? What are supplements? Just asking the basic questions. And so that's when I kind of dove into finding a functional med doctor that tested deeper into my hormones. And then, still, I feel like I wasn't getting the answer. So myself, then I started to learn from other people on Instagram and just different books. I couldn't get enough information. Any book I could get my hands on, I was hungry for information because I wanted to feel better. And that was the bottom line, is I was tired of feeling bad. And I know a lot of people out there in the same boat, they just get tired of feeling bad. So that kind of took me on my journey of understanding the importance of everything we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I love that. And oh, go ahead. No,
so fast forward 10 years later, I don't have any diagnosis to my name. On the doctor, my chart is blank. I don't have hypothyroid med anymore. I don't, everything on my chart, I claim none of it. So it's been a beautifully, path to get here.
Yeah, I love that whole evolution because, like you said, I do feel like I know a lot of people that struggle with, I go to the doctor, they tell me nothing's wrong, but I feel tired, or I feel like I keep gaining weight for no reason, or I can't sleep at night, or, all these things, but, they're not getting any help, in pointing them in the right direction. So what can you tell people, or how can you share for people that feel like they fall in that group of people that sounds like them? Where can they start? What are some pieces of advice that you would give them?
I would say, if you go to the doctor and your labs are fine, or your symptoms are fine, or they just you say, hey, I can't sleep at night, or, and they give you a pill, start asking questions and start doing your own research would be my first step, is be your own advocate. I know Sarah preaches that too, is your doctor has so many other patients and things to do. And you have got to do the research yourself, research the side effects on that drug you're taking, research, different natural remedies you can start doing to implement in your life alongside other things you're doing. So number one is just become your own advocate. Don't rely on anyone else to do it for you, because no one's going to take your health seriously like you are. So that would be number one, is be your own advocate. Number two, I would say look for a functional medicine doctor in your area. A lot of times they're out of pocket, but they're worth it. They will start to dig deeper into your health issues. They will offer different labs, different ideas of things you can do. Alongside goes look for a functional nutritionist. I know a really good one. I'm staring at her, but someone to help you look at, what are you fueling your body with? That's a basic thing that is often overlooked, is what you are putting in your body is, it matters a lot. So that would be where I would start, is number one, be your own advocate, and then look for a functional medicine doctor, nutritionist, and then, just people along the way to come alongside you. It usually is an out-of-pocket expense. Worth it. Your health is absolutely worth it.
I agree. And I say that to my clients and a lot of people all the time. What is it worth it to feel like you feel for an extended, to extend that? Or is it worth it to, get some answers and get to the root cause of what's going on, so that you can actually make the changes that are gonna impact you enough that will make you feel better. So yeah, I love everything that you just said. And that's great advice for anyone, honestly. Even if you don't necessarily think you feel, or you don't feel unwell, I think it's so important to, just make sure that you're always feeling your best. And I think a lot of us don't have a great connection with our intuition when it comes to that, until you're sick, until you feel unwell. So, that's an added piece of advice that I would throw in there, is just that
even
intuition.
then though, even when people are feeling sick, I really feel like they still are looking for something outside of themselves to there was somebody told me a phrase yesterday, or just a couple of days ago, and whatever, people's spiritual beliefs are, you can use the word God or universe, but God helps those who help themselves. And so literally, taking the initiative to okay, this is my body. This is, I have to know how it works. I can't constantly just have somebody else tell me what's going on with it. You have to, like she has said, be your own advocate and really kind of take the reins with
and you actually
feeling.
said that, I think, in one of our last episodes, where I think you said verbatim, take ownership. You have to take ownership of your health. And it is so much that is the missing piece. You can't outsource your health to anyone, even if it's someone that's trusted. You really have to take that initiative upon yourself, so I love this. This is such a good conversation.
And how many people will just blindly start taking medications without, like she said, reading the side effects, and then they're assigned another medication. Well, you might be assigned that next medication because of a side effect from a previous medication, and it becomes this layers of Band-Aids instead of getting to the root cause of the problem.
I think they call it polypharmaceutical syndrome. It's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can be diagnosed with polypharmaceutical syndrome because you're on so many drugs that they're just combating the other side effects. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's wild. And I actually can advocate for that for myself personally. I was put on a medication and then started having side effects from that medication, then was put on another medication and was still having side effects. I was about to be put on a third medication, and I was like, hold up. I am 26 years old. I don't need to be on 3 medications. One for, one was birth control. One was an anti-anxiety. They were going to put me on a heart medication because I was having a heart arrhythmia. And it was okay, back the truck up, I'm, and so I did the research and found out that I actually had a less than 1% of people side effects happening to me from the original medicine that I was on. And I was like, okay, done.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You wouldn't have known that until you started digging. So it's so important.
So important.
Well, going back to, advocating for yourself and being, owning your health and listening to your intuition, what are some of your top tips, I would say, when people are looking to put themselves back in the driver's seat of their own health and start becoming their own best healer? What are some ways that they can start that are, simple and tangible for them to begin?
I'm going to start with free, because we all like free, right? First, foremost, you have got to start sleeping. Prioritize sleep like nobody's business, because that is when your body goes into healing mode. Minimum, when you are sick or dealing with a chronic issue, 8 hours. Bottom line, if you can get 10 hours, most of us moms, that's kind of crazy, but 10 hours is even better. But let's be realistic. 8 hours is already a stretch, because you get the kids to bed. That's time that clean up the house, you know, have a moment of me time, you know, whatever. But you have got to put down your phone. You've got to shut the world off and get yourself the rest, because your body will not heal if you are not sleeping. So free tip number one is sleep, 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 sleep. And I mean, it feels amazing when you are refreshed, you are nicer, you feel better, you look better. I mean, that's just, sleep is underrated. Number two is drinking enough water. As Plexus says, half your body weight in ounces. So a lot of people say, yeah, I drink water, but no, I really do encourage you to get a bottle out and measure for a couple days to get a real idea of what you're drinking your water. You know, I've had people say, oh, no, I drink plenty. And then they say, oh, wow, I was only drinking about 30 ounces. I'm like, well, what do you weigh? 60 pounds? No, but like half your body weight in ounces is good. Don't overdo it. You don't need a gallon a day, because then that starts to deplete your minerals. That's a whole other topic, but more is not always better in this case. So half your body weight is usually a good thing. And filtered water is important. Do not drink your water out of the tap, please. Filtered water is crucial because it filters out the contaminants in our water, because we have very dirty water in America. It's crazy, but filtered water is good. Half your body weight in ounces. And then also daily walking. It is underrated what simple walking. It's low impact. Your body will not go into an inflammatory state. So if you're already sick, you don't want to go to the gym and lift weights, heavy weights 5 times a week. So your body will become more inflamed and you will be doing more harm than good. Trust me. I know this. So 30 minutes a day is a good aim. If you have young kids, put them in the stroller. They'll be good to go. Get them a little drink, a little snack, take them with you. Just build it into your day. Make it a part after eating is especially good to help regulate your blood sugar levels. So
he's ready for a walk.
He's ready for his walk.
He's ready for his walk. We skipped it this morning. He knows it. So those are my top 3 free things to do. And now we're going to talk about some things that do cost money. I would say looking at getting a quality probiotic. Plexus does have an entire gut health system, but a probiotic is definitely a place to start. There's hundreds, thousands on the market, and some that are even like $100 a bottle that are not even effective. You know, people say, yeah,
I've taken them.
Yeah.
Taken them.
And we need to be refrigerated and frozen, all those crazy things. If you don't feel a difference on the one you're on, start investigating and find one that is right for you, because there's hundreds of different bacteria strains and makeups and probiotics. So that would be one I would say is not, especially don't get one from Walmart. Those don't even waste your money on those. Find a good quality probiotic supplement is key. And then another one is making sure you are finding a way to go to the bathroom every single day. Moving your bowels is a way to move toxins out of your body. And if you are going once a week or once every other day, it's not enough. Your body needs to be purging those toxins every single day and moving waste. So we have a magnesium-based cleaner that we like to use with Plexus. And so that is, are we back?
Yeah, we're good.
So going to the bathroom is also another huge thing I would say you need to be doing daily. Those would be my top tips.
Yeah, and that's funny because we've talked about
multiple times. Pooping is so important. It's such a taboo topic for people to talk about, but really it is. If you're not good, yikes, because your health is going to be definitely
I need to fix my baby. Like I need to express my emotions. I need to poop, and I need to poop. It's be like this again.
We may have.
Are you frozen?
Yeah, it was on us.
Oh no. Well, maybe she'll.
There she is.
Sorry, I'm like I think she's frozen, but she's back. Anyway, any other tips that maybe aren't free? Let's say anything you can look into, and feel free to shamelessly products that you love that you use on a daily basis that are in a gift for your client.
I don't know. Can she hear us?
Can you hear us?
I can hear, you're really broken up. I'm trying to put together what you just said.
Oh, it's okay. I think you're back. So let me hear. Oh no. Anything?
I'm back. Are you back?
Oh no. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I was just gonna say, if you want to shamelessly plug anything from that you feel like has made a really big impact on your or even anyone you work with.
Yeah, another thing I would say is controlling your blood sugar. So blood sugar levels are often overlooked. Key part of your health. Insulin is our master hormone, and when it is not controlled all day, we are having up and down.
Sorry, we're
Okay,
back. We're back. Yep.
Okay. One of the key things I would say is controlling your blood sugar. It's often underrated, but think of insulin as your master hormone. All of your hormones are under this insulin branch. And when your insulin is going this all day long, up and down, you are having highs and lows. So you're going to have high energy peaks, and then all of a sudden you're going to crash. And that does not leave a good baseline for all of your other hormones to balance. So science has shown that when your insulin is riding all day very level, your other hormones and your body functions can start to normalize. So that's another thing that Plexus offers, is a drink that helps. We call it a body balancing drink because that's what it's doing. It is balancing your blood sugars. And so that has been key. Another thing that I recommend is it's a product called Ease, but anything that lowers inflammation. So a lot of diseases and diagnosis are results of high inflammation in the body. So finding ways to lower that inflammation, kind of like we talked about, low impact, walking daily, but just things that help bring down that inflammation. Another free thing to do when you are healing is eliminating gluten. I eat gluten now that I have kind of gone through the course of healing, but when you are in the midst of an illness, getting rid of gluten is going to be crucial to do. That alongside alcohol. Alcohol is a potent inflammatory thing that is not good when you are healing, as well as artificial sweeteners. So those are kind of my top 3 things I look at in a diet: is artificial sweeteners, gluten, and alcohol. Just getting rid of those when you are in a sick state, trying to look at healing.
I love that. And I like the idea of, temporary elimination, because I think a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I couldn't do that forever. Sugar, oh my God, or I can not have a drink. But if you think of it as, doing it while you're in the state of healing, while your body is trying to combat whatever's coming at it, where it's trying to rebalance, but then being able to reintroduce it is the hope, so I love that concept. And going back to those 2 products she was talking about, Ease, and I think you're talking about Slim, but I use both of them, and I'm a firm believer. I'm a big believer. I have seen big improvements in my blood sugar stability, because that's definitely something that I know intuitively I struggle with, even if I don't care to admit it, because I eat well, I exercise, I do all the things that Tiffany's talking about. I sleep well, I walk every day, but I still have these blood sugar imbalance tendencies. And I could tell almost an immediate difference when I started taking the Slim on a daily basis, how much more balanced I felt. My sugar cravings, pretty much non-existent. I used to have dark chocolate in my house at all times, because I'm like, I know that's like the least of all evils. I understand it's not like I'm eating Dunkin' Donuts and muffins and ho-hos and ding dongs, but I would still have to have chocolate after my lunch or after dinner. I had, literally, when I say had to have it, I meant I would hurt someone if I didn't have it. It was a must have, not just a want. But that's like almost completely gone. And every once in a while, if I feel like I need something sweet, I can have fruit and feel fine. Like, it's not like an insatiable thing where I need extra sugar. So I've seen the difference. I've seen it in how my clothes fit. I've seen it in my energy levels. I've seen it even in my sleep has improved, because my blood sugar isn't on this raging roller coaster all day long. So I attest, I definitely am a believer in all of those things. So if anybody wants more information on that, I'm going to link Tiffany's info in the show notes, so that way you can get a hold of her and she can hook you up with all the goods for sure.
Awesome.
I know Katie's like, let me know more.
Yeah, I don't try and But I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
definitely intrigued.
I'll be filling her in after the show.
Awesome.
Okay, a couple more things before we go. I want to know some of your favorite resources for the people that are listening that really are like, okay, this is it. I'm taking back my health. I'm taking control of my life. Who can I listen to? Because there is so much information out there, and I love that Katie and I started this podcast because that was kind of one of our big goals was to filter through the nonsense, like get to the real information that people can take action on and utilize in their own lives. But so, because of the internet sensation that TikTok and Instagram are, what are some either good people, to look into or follow, or books that have changed your life, or even, documentaries, podcasts, anything like that?
So I think healing is such a mindset shift that the very first thing when someone says, I want to start healing, I want to lose weight, whatever it is, take out a piece of paper and a pen and write down your why. You're going to have days when you just feel like as you're detoxing, you might feel bad, or you might be tempted to go, binge and eat really bad. And I want you to post that like on your mirror or in your cart or somewhere you see every day, whether it's, hey, I want to be healthy for my kids, or, hey, I want to just feel better myself, or what is your why, and make that your mindset shift, because retraining your mind is going to be the hardest part of this whole entire thing. So I did want to put that note in there, because retraining your mind takes minimum 30 days to create a habit. And then once you create a habit, it becomes your lifestyle and you're golden. But retraining your mind is going to be key. It doesn't matter what you read, what you think, or, what you listen to, nothing's going to happen if your mindset doesn't change. So with that being said, the very first book I ever read when I started my journey was The Food Babe. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but it's probably the most basic book out there to learn how to read a label. What do the ingredients mean that you're eating? It doesn't matter. Don't look at the calories, the carbs, whatever. Look at the ingredients. That is the most important part of the label. So learning how to read it and understand what you're eating it's huge. And you can go to your pantry and you'll be mortified looking at the labels on your products that you've been buying and eating and what those ingredients are doing for you. So getting a basic knowledge.
If they look at an ingredient label and they can't pick something out that they can hold in their hand and be able to know what it is, that it's probably not great for them. Like,
Yep.
I was talking to somebody the other day and I said, do you know what a tricalcium phosphate looks like? Like, have you seen one in real life before?
Yep.
Probably.
Yep. So that was the very first book I read, and it started to open my eyes. I think I was still in high school, honestly, when I read that. And I was like, wait a minute, this is eye-opening, just to understand our food in America is not great. If you compare labels to the UK and America, they're vastly different. You just got to ask why. The second would be, there's a book called How to Heal Your Metabolism. The author's name is Kate something. I don't remember her last name, but it was huge on learning the value of blood sugar regulation and just the importance of high fat foods and still getting carbs, not skipping breakfast, just basic things on healing your metabolism. So those are the two books that I really felt like changed my course, because there's a lot of books out there and a lot of misinformation. So find someone you trust and ask their opinion before you get down too far a rabbit hole on a book. So that would be two of my recommendations. A few Instagram people that I like, so we're all on social media. One of them is called Dr. Pedre, Pedre. He is like the gut health doctor. He will tell you all the things you need to know about the importance of your gut health. He's a really great of resource. And then Wild Your Wellness. She is also on Instagram. She is especially for females. She is like hormone queen. If you struggle with hormone issues and you start following her eating plan, her advice, just things, lifestyle advice, she is wonderful. She kind of breaks through some of the mainstream stigmas that we are. She breaks down what birth control, the side effects are, she gets really deep into, things we've been told that are good that maybe aren't. And then lastly, just who you hang around with this is one of my mottos, is who you become. So if you hang around 5 people who drink and smoke, you're probably going to be the 6th, right? And if you hang around 5 people who have a really positive mindset, who work out, who eat healthy, you're going to be like, wait, I need to learn more about that, because they're looking good, they're feeling good. And so you're probably going to be the 6th. So I think that's also just a big key part of healing too, is who you surround yourself with.
I
love that one.
I couldn't agree
Yeah.
more.
I love that one. I love that one a lot. Yeah, it's definitely and being okay and having the strength to remove the people from your life that aren't that you know are bringing you down, and you know, breaking that connection. And even if it's really scary and you're on an island by yourself, your people will come to you.
Yeah.
So
the people around you have to be in alignment with your future, not your past. And
correct.
I think that is a very hard thing as a human, because we all want to be liked and we all want to be accepted in society. So if you take that, you know, big mindset shift, like you said, and embark on this healing journey, you have to trust that there's other people that are like-minded, that are going to be supportive, and you'll find them, or they'll find you.
They'll find you.
I mean, me and Tiffany, we just kind of found each other.
Yeah. Once you raise your vibration, you know, will come, your frequency and your vibration, you will attract the same frequency and vibration.
Yep.
Once you own yours.
I agree. Well, tell us right before we wrap up, I just want to share with everyone where people can find you if they want to follow you for more information on everything that you just shared, or maybe reach out to you and ask some questions about Plexus and start to get on a regimen for themselves.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. That's probably my best platform that I share Plexus. I'm Nurse Baldwin. It's just nurse, and that's my last name. My name is Tiffany Baldwin. So Nurse Baldwin, I'm on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, but that's just more how I keep my family personal life. But Instagram is a good place to connect. And I would love to connect. If anything, just have a conversation and get to meet your listeners.
Yes. And we can't wait to share this episode. So I will make sure, like I said, again, I will link Tiffany's information in our show notes so you can find her on Instagram and ask her all the questions and get yourself started on your personal healing journey with Plexus and with Tiffany. So I think we're all good.
Yeah. So we want to thank everybody for joining us today on this episode of UpWell The Podcast. You can find myself personally at barefoot.katie. You can find Sarah at Sarah Behrens. You can find the show at UpWell The Podcast in all of the places. And like we said, you can find Miss Tiffany at Nurse Baldwin. So until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and take care of the world around you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Thank you.